I just streamed more than 2 hours of the Marvels Avengers campaign, and it's way better than I thought. Like, if the rest of the campaign is of the same quality, then we are in for a treat. So I want to share some early impressions in this video, and I also received the review guide with the early copy I got from Square Enix, and in that guide we got a ton of exclusive info, namely when we can expect the first 2 heroes to be released, some endgame content, and way more. So I will discuss it all in this video. A like would really help the channel out. And let's go. I just started a September giveaway for a 2020 game of your choice, including Marvels Avengers. You can participate by clicking the link in the pinned comment and by becoming a subscriber of the channel. And I will email the August winner very soon and then announce it in the upcoming Sunday video. Maybe you catch the stream and saw it as well, but I'm really impressed by the first 2 hours of this game. So when you boot it up, you can select the campaign and then you can just go on this roller coaster ride that keeps on going with almost no loading screens unless you die. And don't worry, I won't share any story spoilers because it's really cool to figure it out for yourself. If you want to see it though, then you can find a link to my first 2 hour stream in the pinned comments. Like, the tutorial in this game is insane before you start that 8-day sequence that we've seen so many times before. Like, as a Marvel fan, I got some goosebumps there. Like, it's really well done. And it seems more polished overall than the beta. I, for example, thought that Thor and the Hulk did not feel very great during the 8-day beta, but that seems way better now. And I'm playing on PS4 Pro and the graphics sometimes are insane. And that's actually not really weird, because Crystal Dynamics, who made the Tomb Raider reboot and Rise of the Tomb Raider, are of course making this game. And when playing the linear cinematic opening hours, you are just reminded of the fact that they of course know how to make a fun and engaging single player. And so far the story is way more interesting than any of Lara's adventures that I got to play. Partly because of the Marvel Universe, of course, and they really paid a ton of attention to that too, and you mostly see that in the insanely detailed environments. Like, 8-day is really a blast. But again, I'm only talking about the first 2 hours or so. It could totally be that the game becomes less linear and cinematic as the story continues, so this is totally not me saying, hey, go buy this game. I really don't know at this point. I hope though that the quality continues like this and also for a long time. Like, if we're looking at a 12 to 15 hour campaign that is similar to the first 2 hours, then it might just be worth getting the game just for the single player campaign. Or it might at least be worth it to pick it up when it goes on sale later on, if you just care about the single player part and not really the co-op part. But again, it's too early to say. Right now I'm just super impressed, especially by the 8-day part, and I want to keep playing, so I will be doing that after this video. And likely do my full impressions when I got way more time into the game. But I will also be checking out the brand new war table that of course is happening on September 1st. I will do a live reaction to that, so totally tune in to our live reaction here on the channel. I will link to a countdown in the pinned comment as well, so you can already set a reminder and know when it goes live. And what is interesting is that the review guide that I received with my early access code already included some exclusive info about the first post-launch content updates that we did not know about before. So the upcoming updates will focus on Hawkeye, and just weeks after launch we will get new Tachyon missions, although I got no details on what those entail. Then in late October we get a new operation called Taking Aim, and this will already feature an unannounced hero, just like a new villain and a new mystery. And they say that this hero will come with a set of skills, gear and moves to unlock and master, just like the 6 core heroes. So the amount of depth that we now see with the 6 launch heroes should be comparable to what we get with the first unannounced hero. And during my play session I already got a look at the 3 skill trees for the Hulk, for example, that seem to be pretty deep. Like, you can really make some choices and focus on one particular playstyle. So I really hope that the gear has a ton of impact on this as well. But yeah, that is interesting, right? That the first hero will release in late October and that one is still unannounced. And this will again change during that September 1st war table. And maybe you are already watching after that war table and know who the hero is, but I totally think this means that we should not expect Black Panther. Like, the first few months will be focused on Hawkeye. He will be the center of attention, so I don't see them just randomly release Black Panther then. I think that will likely be part of a big Wakanda season. And of course, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, like that was sad news, man, over the weekend. So yeah, going back to the hero, I still think it's going to be She-Hulk because of the reasons I noted in my previous video. Maybe you already know if I'm right or wrong, but I think that would make the most sense. And then the review guide continues, and I sadly don't think I can share the look of the review guide, only the info. What it says is that taking aim from late October is just the first half of the 2 Hawkeye story arcs. Clint Barton's Hawkeye takes the stage in November to complete the double feature arc and set the stage for what is next. And after reading this, I would not be surprised if maybe Kate Bishop is the first hero we get, because of the wording double feature arc and that the Operation Taking Aim is part of the Hawkeye story arc, so maybe she's involved somehow. But yeah, Hawkeye will come in November, likely around the time of the next-gen consoles. We of course know that if you buy the game on Xbox One and PS4, you will get a free upgrade for the next-gen version. And the next-gen version will have a 60 FPS mode. So I would not be surprised if we saw Hawkeye around the launch of the PlayStation 5. Of course, they have the PlayStation deal, and then it will be more appealing as a launch game, you would think, right? In the review guides, they also talk about endgame activities, and the final thing we will be doing is called AIM's Secret Lab. That is only accessible after reaching the game's highest power level for your gear, and it's available once a week. Not sure how I feel about that, like what if you cannot play that day, that would kinda suck. Either way, what they note is that this activity will culminate in a massive boss fight influenced by how well players' teams performed throughout the mission. That sounds pretty interesting and also pretty hardcore. Just like the Mega Hives, here you fight through a gauntlet of descending floors packed with enemies, and the further you go down, the higher the difficulty goes up, and once all their heroes are defeated, players will have to start over from the beginning. Sounds like a horde mode, and maybe with your full roster of heroes. That's what I take away, at least from the description, but we will know soon enough, because I'm sure they will highlight this during that upcoming war table that again I will be live reacting to. Link to the countdown in the video description, and I will also have a video up going over all the info after the war table has ended. So totally subscribe if you haven't already for everything on Marvel's Avengers. We got a ton of content coming your way, tips and tricks and way more. We're just getting started here. A like on the video would really help the channel out. And check out my previous video on some new important outfit info that is really interesting to know, and way more. For now though, I will speak to you next time, and goodbye.